Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, I am recording this a little bit earlier. The candle close tonight is one that I have been watching for. Obviously when Asia does wake up and they start bidding, we could see a little bit more price action. That way we actually have a little bit more to go off of. Currently right now the market is rallying, as you do see Bitcoin still up about 5%, Ethereum up almost 7%, the entire market up about almost 6% in total. Everybody's getting a little bit excited, and it does definitely call for a little bit of a cheer, if you will, or celebration. On the 24-hour spend, you do see a lot of altcoins making some major moves. And honestly, I'm very happy as well because SNX, Uniswap, even Bitcoin Cash, which is surprising, but a few of my major holds are actually up significantly, which I've told you guys about multiple times over the past few weeks. I'm very happy, to say the least, about some of these altcoins breaking out a little bit. Do I think that this is going to be, our bottom is officially in, we're going to the moon, blah, blah, blah? Not necessarily. I will say this, though, on the week, or not on the weekly, on the monthly chart, it looks like Bitcoin has found its support at around the 20K level, which is actually very interesting because, again, it is above our 2017-2018 all-time high still, which you love to see. Now, again, we will be seeing a lot of chop in this market, so don't just FOMO in on every single green day. Wait for a pullback. Be comfortable in, just being patient. You don't have to rush any of your positions. And again, if you think that you missed out, if you think that this is it, again, mind you, we are still in a bear market. But definitely, again, celebrate the green. Be happy with the green. I think that, it's a nice change of pace, and again, we have been seeing a lot of sideways momentum, so having nice green days like this is great to see. Now, today I actually want to share with you guys a few things that have happened over the last couple days. So of course, when we talk about a lot of these exchanges, like Kraken, for an example, right? So if we actually go over here to the exchange listings, you guys can see where Kraken is, the number 4th exchange, over almost $1 billion in 24-hour, volume. We also do see this has about 1.6 million weekly visits, so it's a very large exchange. And we actually do see here, just in, U.S. Department of Treasury is investigating the crypto exchange Kraken for alleged, sanction violations in Iran. New York Times reports. Now, a lot of this, to me, could you play into the idea that this is FUD? Sure, 100%. But I will say this, and I say this very lightly. My main use for exchanges is simply to buy and send them off, right? I buy my crypto, I send it right to, cold storage on my ledger. Of course, you guys are more than welcome to utilize whatever, device you want. Me personally, I use Ledger myself just because I have the most experience with it. I never really had a bad experience at all. Besides, of course, the Bluetooth functionality, I think that is very spotty, but hey, it is what it is. But the reason why I say this is because now we are seeing a major shift from the SEC onto the exchanges, which we've been talking about and really kind of addressing for a little bit of time. But also, just recently, on the same day, by the way, that the Kraken information came out, we also did see Coinbase now facing an SEC probe on crypto listings. They had a quarterly loss of $430 million in Q1. The SEC has already warned that some crypto exchanges were trading against clients. This is getting very messy. On another note, Tether recouped, an $840 million loan to Celsius ahead of bankruptcy by selling Bitcoin. Celsius, pledged as collateral. This should be interesting. And of course, since this, we did see an official announcement that the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, says the agency is working with crypto exchanges to regulate them like securities exchanges. And of course, if you guys do want to go see the source, you guys are more than welcome to go over to watcher.guru. They have this on their website where, he's basically taking this anti-crypto stance, pushes exchanges to be, regulated, if you will. But honestly, this quote from Johnny Deaton is actually 100% correct. He is not working with exchanges the same way that he said that he was working with these crypto companies, right? He is telling them to agree with him that the tokens are securities so he can then claim jurisdiction over the asset class through surrender. We need to unify and only accept his resignation. 100%. It's funny that he's even still in office and, again, retaining his, title. We see over here Senator Toomey emphasized that the SEC Gov should have been in attendance at today's hearing. What happened, Gary? Banking GOP protecting investors and savers, understanding scams and risk in crypto and securities markets. And of course, I'm not going to let you sit through this 6-minute long video fully, but just listen to the opening here closely.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome to our witnesses. Our hearing today looks at scams and risks in the securities markets with a specific focus on crypto. And given the recent collapse of an algorithmic stablecoin and the bankruptcy of several crypto lending platforms, this is a well-timed hearing. And of course, one would think that we'd hear from the SEC, the primary federal regulator of securities, especially considering that the chairman there considers nearly every cryptocurrency to be a security. That's the request Republicans made. Now, there must be some good reason why Chairman Gensler or one of his subordinates can't appear before the Senate Banking Committee to explain what the SEC was doing while several crypto lending platforms, including Celsius and Voyager, imploded, especially since the chairman himself would very likely claim that these companies fall entirely into his jurisdiction. Our Democratic colleague said he's not testifying today because it's possible that he may appear at the committee this fall. Well, that's little comfort to the thousands of Americans who lent their crypto to Celsius and Voyager, some of whom will be unsecured creditors now in those companies' bankruptcy proceedings. What was the SEC doing while these companies and others were offering lending products that looked an awful lot like securities?
I could tell you exactly what the SEC has been doing. They have been going after companies that have sought out to the SEC to get guidance. What is going on? Why hasn't the SEC, not only are they, again, spewing loose claims around, regulations and securities, currencies, they have never given any clear guidance. What is going on? We need to see a push towards the SEC. I completely agree with Johnny Dean here where we are saying, we need to unify and only accept his resignation. I completely agree. Because guess what? Not only is innovation being stifled completely technologically, but we're also seeing investors being 100% hurt from the SEC's claims instead of them actually helping investors and being there to protect them. We need to see a major push. Now, of course, the rest of this video, I do completely agree that everyone should go and listen to the entire 6 minutes. Very great. Pat Toomey is 100% slamming the SEC. And, it's funny that they're saying, he will basically appear in the fall talking more so about, crypto on the committee. Again, the fall time frame is a while away. It's interesting that, that's why he's not there. I think that is just, it's just funny to me, right? You are literally the head of this agency that is going out and loosely claiming that nearly every crypto, asset is a security, besides, of course, Bitcoin, the chosen one, right? But you can't even show up to these, meetings, or I should say hearings, and discuss your stance on it. That is an issue, and we need to see a major push here. Now, also, we do see over here from Crypto Airy, it's getting pretty serious for crypto. Not trying to be cute here, but the space is very fortunate to have the XRP community. We are more war ready with nearly 20 months of experience. Quite a powerful decentralized fighting machine already assembled. And yes, I do think that this will go into accountability when we talk more so about unifying and going against the SEC. I think that this, I don't advocate for anything, right? But when you look at the clear underlying, corruption behind this entire case against, Ripple with XRP, but also just the clear attacks on crypto, it's just comical to say the least. We need to stand together for this space because right now we are seeing an absolute war breaking out between the SEC and crypto. They're targeting crypto fully, and it's to protect, the bankers, to protect these financial institutions, and it's an issue. And if you guys do want to go to John E. Deaton's Twitter, you guys can scroll through. He does retweet a lot of stuff around the SEC lawsuit. He also retweets a lot of stuff around XRP itself. But there is one thing that I seen on here. I don't know where it is, but they were talking about how Gary Gensler. Here it is. So there's a massive amount of files that were just added to the document library from Crypto Law US. This actually includes all available records detailing Gary Gensler's current wealth at over $100 million, mind you, which, by the way, nearly, I would say like a large percentage of the population will never even live to see $100 million. And this asset class actually has the power and potential to make a lot of individuals extremely wealthy to the point of almost having $100 million or even more, yet they are attacking this asset class. Now, mind you, this is coming from an individual, Gary Gensler, who is telling you to save $5 every week or $10 every week to have roughly $100,000 or $500,000 by the time that you are 40 years old. What is the point? What is the point? First off, inflation is killing any sort of savings that anybody even has. And not only that, but he was talking about college students. College students are absolutely getting wrecked right now by this economy. And to have $100 million in wealth, which we still don't know exactly where it came from, but these documents are something to definitely look into. I think that everybody should go and take a look at these because I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say corruption, really bleeds deep here. And the funny thing is that we are constantly seeing, crypto in the United States being attacked, all while outside of the United States, it is thriving. We see over here 3 U.S. senators criticize Fidelity for offering a Bitcoin 401k option, claiming it is too volatile and untested to be used as a retirement savings tool. Reminder, Bitcoin is up 266,891% in the last decade. The funny thing about this is that look at Amazon stock, look at Netflix stock, look at 90% of the stocks right now. Absolutely slaughtered. And they're going to say Bitcoin is too volatile or even crypto is too volatile. It's funny, right? And we are still seeing, Bitcoin funds launching globally. Australia's first unlisted retail Bitcoin fund has launched. And not only that, but we're also seeing crypto in the United Kingdom getting almost regulated on a day-to-day basis, and they are accepting it as a new asset class. And the U.S. continuously fighting their, I honestly would say that they're fighting with their ego. They do not want to accept a loss because either they are protecting the US dollar, they're protecting the bankers. I don't know what they are protecting at this point, but it just seems to me like they are trying to kill crypto at this point. It is an all-out war, and I do completely agree with Stuart Alderati, which is, again, Ripple's general counsel. He's calling, for the SEC's tactics as bullion, and I would say that it is, right? When we really kind of look at what they are trying to do here, there's no actual realistic viewpoint from the SEC. They don't care about anybody's opinion. They don't want to hear from anybody within crypto. They have their own stance, and that's it. And we actually do see down here, rather than providing regulatory clarity through rulemaking, the SEC is bullying crypto markets by filling unproven allegations masquerading as regulation. In my latest op-ed, I outlined the urgent need for sensible crypto legislation from Washington. 100%. They are attacking crypto right now. And it is despicable, to say the least, seeing this actually happening around, an asset class that has the power and the potential to reshape global markets. And, yeah, there's so much in this to really kind of look at. First off, despite the norm that ongoing enforcement cases are not discussed at these hearings, Subcommittee Chairman Representative Brad Sherman took it upon himself to put his thumb on the scale of the largest enforcement case in crypto, SEC versus Ripple. And of course, they do talk more so about what Sherman did say, which we've talked about it. We called him a clown because, again, it was a clown statement from him. Insane, to say the least, that we are seeing a lot of the statements like that come out around crypto. And also, we do see down here great insight from former rep, Todd Taert. I hope that I'm saying that last name right. I'm probably not. I'm probably butchering it. But in real clear policy, the SEC has manipulated the absence of regulatory clarity of blockchain technology to justify going beyond its authority. 100%. Yeah, this needs to stop. This needs to end. We definitely need to unify as individuals that are invested into this asset class, that support this asset class, that, sees the potential behind this asset class. And we definitely need to take it upon ourselves to not only support individuals like Johnny Deaton, which, by the way, massive amounts of individuals have been coming together to really kind of fight the good fight. I think that he listed it up here. I think that it was at 66,000 individuals or so that signed the petition, or 69,125 XRP holders have joined the fight, versus the SEC's, gross overreach. Yeah, and I want to see, and by the way, I think that Judge Nepper denying the fact that like the SEC was trying to bar the XRP holders and Johnny Deaton out of this case. I thought that was actually pretty interesting, and again, it kind of proves where we are right now, and also proves that we are making noise. We are being heard, and they want us to they want to silence us. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below, though. I'd love to hear from you guys. With that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.